In this video, I'm going to go ahead and share with you a handful of amazing hidden features and some cool tips and tricks that a lot of people always overlook. Starting with number one, and that is the capability to turn off your device. No, I'm not talking about just getting into this page, but if you take a quick listen on what I mean as soon as I power off this iPhone, it makes a shut off noise. And get this, as soon as I turn this back on, it makes a turn on noise. Now, I really like using this because I'm sick and tired of those situations where I'm unsure if my phone is turning on. Having this feedback noise definitely does make this guessing game easier, knowing that your phone is indeed turning on. So if you like to enable this, simply just go into your iPhone settings, right? And scroll down to accessibility. In the accessibility tab, go into the audio and visual. And then right here, you'll see a power on and off sound. Now, one of the most overlooked things is the photo app. You see, by launching the photo app, and all the way on the very bottom in the album section, there's duplicates. Here you can actually save a lot of storage and just merge the duplicate images you have on your iPhone. And you'll be surprised how many you have. But by doing this, this will easily free up more storage space on your iPhone. So one of the most overlooked ability on the iPhone is the capability to move images, text from one app to the other. You see, by going back in your photo app as an example, and if we go ahead and select multiple different images and videos, you can just hold on to the selected ones. Do this to go back to your home page. You can either go on Messenger and add it to like a group message, or if you're using something like File app, you can go in your devices, look for the folder you like to drop it into, and then just drag and drop. And in no time, they're all organized like that. Or if you like to, you could also screenshot your device. And in this little screenshot, you can also pick it up this way if you're trying to move it to a text message and share it with somebody, and click and drag it like so. Instead of having to take a screenshot and then tap done and select copy and delete, you can always just do the click and drag stuff too. But now, if you're trying to take a screenshot, if you like to capture a whole entire web page on your mobile device, you could always do that by just taking the screenshots so long as you're on Safari or even on a third-party web browser app. By selecting full page, this will capture that entire web page you're able to view on your iPhone and will automatically export it to a PDF, allowing you to go back and view it whenever you feel like it. I typically like using this whenever there's like sales going on at a retail store. This way I have a digital PDF version on my iPhone, but you can also use for research purposes like documents, Wikipedia, for just a couple of examples. Now, when typing up something, you could always use your finger to like drag and drop the cursor to be somewhere else. But did you know by holding space, this will give you this trackpad ability. And then tap anywhere on the key and then move your cursor out like so. This allows you to easily select large sentences or single words. But if you like to select a single word, you can just tap on a single word once, or double tap for the entire paragraph. Now, if you ever had to type in a very long paragraph on iMessage, you're about to send a text message to somebody, but now you messed up somewhere and you don't know how to undo, of course you could shake your device to undo it, like so, get this little menu. But what I like to do is take 3 fingers and just tap on the screen, and you'll have this Microsoft Word toolbar right here, which gives you the ability to undo, cut, copy, as well as paste. So you do find useful no app features even on the messages. Now, when connecting an external drive on an iPhone that has a USB-C port, in the File app, you are able to manage everything right here. As you'll see, it will appear right here. But did you know, on iOS 18, by long holding the hard drive instead of selecting, there is a eraser tool, which does allow you to format it, if you need to, new external drives on your iPhone, just like that, without having to use a computer. Now, in the File app still, if you ever find yourself deep inside like a bunch of folders, instead of tapping right here to continue going back, by long holding, this will allow you to jump between different folders, as your folder section is all located here. So you can quickly jump from one folder to the other, just like that, without having to spam back key. This also works on Safari too. By long holding the back arrow, a window will pop up, allowing you to jump between the previous apps or websites you went on without having to single-handedly just continue spamming the back key or forward key. You could just long hold, just like so. In addition to that, if you have a lot of tabs like I do, by long holding the tab tool, you have the freedom to close all tabs by a single click. And then if you're trying to force close a lot of apps at once, use 3 fingers, allow you to close them all quicker, just like this. Then if you ever had to take a screenshot and you had to circle something, instead of tapping plus and hitting add shapes like circle and arrow, it's easier to just draw it, and just if you long hold, it'll create a perfect circle. Same applies for a square and a star. And then instead of selecting the eraser tool and just erasing them like this, if you're trying to backtrack, just select the eraser tool again and select object eraser. As you notice, it just erased the entire subject without having to do that with the eraser tool to erase it all. And for the arrow trick, by making a long stick and then holding it midway, this will easily form an arrow, a perfect arrow each and every time. Now, if you use the measure tool to measure stuff with your iPhone, as long as you have a LiDAR sensor on your iPhone, typically the iPhone Pros have this, aside from being an excellent leveler, a quick ruler, it could also measure people's heights right there on the spot. And then a common question I always get asked a lot when somebody uses my camera app to take like a group photo is, how do they enable the rule of thirds right here, this little grid view, as well as the little leveler? For when you're recording, you can see if you're properly leveled or not. It's super easy to do so. Back in your iPhone settings, you go into camera, select the camera section, and on components, enable grid and leveler. That's how you can enable those useful tools when it comes to capturing photos or videos. And then a common mistake I see a lot of people always do, it usually involves whenever you're trying to select a lot of things at once. You see, instead of selecting here and then hit the select section to select multiple things, you can just use 2 fingers and just tap and hold somewhere, and it'll immediately put you in the selector tool like so. This is extremely useful whenever you're selecting a bunch of emails, just like that, text messages, and etc. And then something that's always hyped up, but in my opinion it's not really practical, is the double tap functionality. You see, in the back of every iPhone, this Apple logo, if you tap on it twice, it will cause it to do an action. As you see, after the second attempt, it finally did the action, which was to take a screenshot. You can find this back button ability in your iPhone settings and go into accessibility and go into the touch section and scroll down where you see back tap. Turn this on and you have 2 back tap abilities, a double tap or a triple tap. If you select on the action, there's a lot of things you can allow it to activate, like the control center, flashlight, camera, and etc. It's practically the action button for the iPhone 15 Pros. So now if I triple tap, it'll bring down my control center. Now, a massive con that I really want to inform others about is the falsely activating it. You see, if you put your phone in your pocket like I do multiple times, I find myself always accidentally toggling this. So it's not a perfect shortcut for like an action button, but in certain situations, I guess this could be definitely beneficial. And the last thing I like to show you is this accessory. This is not sponsored video, but this is Quibi Duo. The beauty about this is it connects to a USB-C power adapter that you'll typically use to fast charge your iPhone, right? But as soon as you connect this cable to your iPhone, it'll immediately begin backing up all your photos and will store it all right here in this SD card, allowing you to safely back up all your photos automatically without being subscribed to a service of some kind, like a cloud backing up service, as everything is stored right here on your SD card and you can delete it all off your iPhone. This accessory is amazing for that reason. It's all physically stored right here on this SD card and can actually support a 2 terabyte SD card. I'll have this one linked in the description down below. But there you guys have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you got some good useful information out of this video, leave a like, get subscribed. If you'd like to watch more, if you notice, my iPhone is on iOS 18. If you're curious what kind of new changes and new features are added, you can check out the whole complete guide right over there where I go through everything all the way from A to Z. So definitely check out that video over there if you'd like to find out more on what's new for iOS 18 that's coming out this fall. Thank you so much for watching.